The name's Griggs, and I'm what you might call an unscheduled arrival to this planet. Stowed away on a freighter bound for a mining colony out near the fringe. Figured I'd hitch a ride, carve out a new start. What I didn't plan on was being discovered and having to hijack a drop pod to escape. I suppose the good news is that I'm not entirely alone. Turns out the drop pods came equipped with a utility bot to help in emergency situations. This one calls itself Blink. Fortunately, Blink here started picking up on GPS coordinates from salvage sites and wrecks. He says these signals were made by an engineer named Splitsy. I appreciate the guidance. Anyway, this logs for any scavs out there who might stumble across my beacon or my body. But for now, let's just call it a welcome to the wasteland.
I think I just gotta trust my gut, and we're gonna start running this way.
It all began with a long walk through the desert. All I had was a suit running on backup power and a bunch of sand in my boots. And the sandstorm wasn't helping either situation.
So I already know that one of the problems that we're gonna run into is just getting enough large tubes to get some wheels going.
After some time, I finally made it to the marker that Blink had found. Unfortunately, the first outpost didn't seem too promising at first glance.
Ooh, I can already tell from here that I don't think that that's gonna give me all of the parts that I need to build a vehicle.
Despite the uncertainty, it was still worth further investigation.
Alright, so first off, let's see what we got in here. Oh, that's a conveyor. Ooh, metal grid, that's great. Some rifle ammo. Okay, we need to take one of our power kits and use it to recharge. Okay, we got some construction components. Some ammo. Ooh, power cells, that's great. That is great. Let's go in here and see what we can find.
I kept searching around to see if I could come up with any other useful resources.
Ooh, another power cell. There is a part of me that is debating just grabbing one of these and just dragging it through the desert.
Sir, you have insufficient components to construct a viable ground vehicle.
Thank you, Blink. I hadn't noticed. Still, I had to do something. My survival was going to depend on supplies I could scavenge. First rule of scrapping, if you can carry it, you can keep it. I just had to figure out how.
I'm almost wondering if I should just turn this into like a sled. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I can make mag plates, so let's do that. Alright, now we have a little skid cart that we're gonna be dragging around the desert. How great is that?
Note, structural integrity of the sled frame is suboptimal for prolonged terrain traversal.
Yeah, well, same. I couldn't build a rover, so I built the next best thing. Just a flatbed with no steering and no brakes. It wasn't ideal, but it worked. Kinda.
Oh no. No, come back. Come on.
The thing scraped along the dunes, throwing sand in my face constantly. I'd get up a hill, only for it to slide back down again. Dragging this thing through the dunes was brutal. But there was one situation that was not so bad.
I think I see in the distance over there something. I hope it's worthwhile. Or is that just a mirage? Oh, hey! Oh, this is great! Oh, man. Oh, that was the greatest accident that could have happened in this playthrough. Wow. Okay. So this is definitely the new strategy. Just push it to the top of a mountain and then hop on. Amazing. Can I do this and move my... Oh, not really. Wait, can I? It does work. Oh man. Okay, no. That's too fast. That's too fast. No, that's a bad idea. Okay. That's a little gamey. That's a little too cheesy. But I definitely like the pushing the sled up a mountain and then surfing it down. That seems like a lot of fun.
I wish I could say it was smooth sailing from here, but alas.
Oh wait, is that not it? Oh, was it a mirage? Oh no. Oh, I thought that was it. That sucks. Ooh. That one's only 2.5. I don't know where the other one went, so we're gonna go to that one. Unless, was that where I just came from?
I got lost, and I spent more time chasing the sled than riding it.
Oh, no, come back. No, come back. No, come on. No, dang it, rolling down the hill, dang it. Oh. No. Dang it. Oh, come on. Starting to wonder if this cart was worth the trouble. Of course, this thing that I'm looking at is over the mountain. Dang it.
I didn't want to climb in the dark, so I slapped down a bed to sleep for the night.
Oh, block is not powered, so I can't sleep in it. Awesome. I can't really leave my light on because of power consumption. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to keep on keeping on.
I pushed and pulled that stupid sled up a mountain for what felt like hours.
This is my Sisyphean trial.
But finally, after a ridiculous effort.
Okay. Look, we made it. We made it to the top of the mountain. Okay. So now we just gotta go over. I should probably put the seat back on so we can ride it down. Actually, let's go slow, because I don't want to go all the way over the mountain and then try to glide down and break everything. No. Hey. Oh no. Well, okay, that's just gonna go now. Don't. Why? I drove all this way. Oh, wait. Is this... no.
Material loss estimated at 83%.
Yeah, Blink. I know.
Honestly, that's so on brand. It just sucks. Okay.
I was just about ready to curse the desert and start digging my grave when I saw faint beams cutting through the desert haze. Headlights, which unmistakably meant power.
Amazing. Oh, we have wheels too. Oh, that's at least 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. I mean, honestly, that's more than I could possibly. Is that 4? We have 4 wheels. And a battery. And what is even better is we found a medium cargo container. Wow, what a turnaround.
I slept through the night and got to fixing up my new ride. I started by cutting down the roof. Figured it'd save me some weight and give me easier access to my newfound cargo container. Next, I worked on the wheels. I rolled the rig over with a piston to get the clearance I needed to slap the wheels down on their suspension. A storm came through, but I kept on scrapping, taking parts from the bus and any other surrounding debris to Frankenstein my new truck together. Once the truck was ready, the final task was to create a ramp that I could safely drive down.
Alright, let's do this.
I hit the throttle, kicked up some dust, and for the first time since I landed, I didn't feel stuck.
We did it. We did it. I now have a car. This is gonna make things so much better. Ooh. Check that out. We got another one. Let's see what we got here. We have some hydrogen tanks. Oh, hey! That is a find right there. Oh, wow. Oh man, we need a lot of motors.
Here's the running total of what I found. That large thruster, 2 small hydrogen tanks, a custom turret controller, another wheel, and some medical components from a set of cryopods. A great haul from just one location, but we ran into a new problem.
Sir, we've exceeded our component storage capacity. I recommend searching for additional containment vessels.
Translation, we couldn't carry any more parts until we got another container. However, I could still make room for that scrap I found. All I needed to do was remove the sides of the truck bed to make room for our thruster, which, by the way, is heavier than it looks. I'll admit it took me a while to find the best way to get it in place. But once it was, the rest of the parts went on pretty easy. A few merge blocks later, and we were on the road again.
What do we have here? Alright, let's see. There's some glass, some small steel tubes, I assume. Yep. Ooh, motors. Ooh, batteries. Hey, we found a gyroscope. Okay, so we have officially run out of room, but is that ooh, that's a survival kit. Whoa!
This was probably the best thing I could have found, second only to the rover. When you're stranded on an unknown planet, you never know exactly what's waiting for you out there. Having a proper survival kit meant that I'd actually have a fighting chance. And what's even better is I had those medical components that we grabbed earlier. Now, if I ever damage my suit, Blink can drag me back here and patch me up.
I feel compelled to remind you that it is unadvisable to put yourself in harm's way.
I think we're a little bit past that point, bud, but I'll try to keep that in mind moving forward. Once the survival kit was on, I was able to fix one of the small batteries because it still had its power cells intact. I threw it, the other battery, and our new gyro on the truck, and with some newfound confidence, kept on trekking towards our next signal.
Alright, we got another place to stay. Alright, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna plop down a bed again on top of all this stuff that we got, and then we're going to sleep for the night. Okay, alright. Let's do this. Whew. Let's just leave that disabled for now. Okay. Ooh, nice. Cargo container. Some girders and stuff, that's fine. And we got this other battery, that's great. Okay, let's try to sleep again. Okay, let's get this stuff.
So that's what I did. Despite how heavy they are, batteries are worth their weight in gold out here. And so was the cargo container. Looking at my haul, I realized that I needed to modify the truck if I wanted to take everything with me. I started by extending the bed to give us more room for the new container, and then slapped on an additional set of wheels to handle the weight. Plus, they would also give us more power when trying to climb over some dunes. Once the truck was ready, I strapped down our loot, and after everything was nice and snug, we rolled out again. Now, something you should probably know about me is that I like riding in style. Knowing that might inform this next part, but trust me, Blink didn't get it either.
Ooh. I really like this truck a lot. That's an awesome... I mean, don't get me wrong, this truck is also very cool, but this...
And believe it or not, that was all it took for me to spend the next few days fixing up the red rig and converting our old truck into a trailer for it.
Sir, is this really the best use of our time? It seems illogical to work on a new vehicle when our current vehicle adequately satisfies our current situational demands.
It's cool, and I want it.
Memory updating to include cool and desirable under logical survival needs.
That's more like it, thank you. Anyway, I turned my attention to the trailer conversion. I started by gutting the front of any useful parts before flattening it out. Once I had it flat, I started working on the gooseneck. Also, during this process, I noticed that our red truck was a bit wider than our current wheelbase on the trailer, so I lifted the left side to increase the width between suspensions. Once that was dealt with, I went back to the front. I threw on some pistons that would help lift the front end once I got rid of the wheels that were supporting it. This was a good idea, but I ended up moving them to the sides closer to the wheels a little later, so they didn't get in the way when I was backing up the truck. I finished extending out the neck and threw on a rotor head so we could attach to the truck. I did some light testing, and the whole thing worked, but something was still eating at me.
The only concern that I have with this right now is if I don't have an additional rotor for tilting and for like pivoting up and down, is it going to cause a lot of problems for me when we go over like dunes, for example?
I slept for the night and got back to work in the morning. I built a rotor that would allow the trailer to roll and a hinge that would allow for vertical travel. A good trailer is a valuable asset when you're scrapping, but they can also ruin your entire day if they end up rolling you down a sand dune. Once I was confident the hitch would work and articulate properly, I prettied it up a bit and added some protection around it. Finally, the last thing to do was to move the suspension on the trailer down a bit to match up better with the truck. But once that was done, we were golden. And I gotta say, I was pretty happy with how everything was handling while we were driving over the dunes.
Ooh, hey. Alright, let's see what we got here.
At the next salvage site, I managed to find some additional large tubes and a pack of small batteries.
Dang, that's 6 small batteries right there.
I successfully hacked 2 of them, but the others were missing their power cells. As the day turned to night, we kept searching for useful items.
Oh, no way. Hey, look at that. That is a good find. Alright, let's figure out how to put this on the truck. You know what I need? I need a lift on the back of this. That's like an elevator. So I'm gonna remove this piston and create that.
I moved the piston in a bit so the ramp would be flush with the bed. I thought about using half blocks, but decided on using plates instead. I knew I wanted to use slopes to reduce collision issues, so I played around with some ideas. I decided I liked the look and feel of the half slope, so I filled in the center and used the half slope on the other side as well. I threw down a button to control the thing, and then our lift was done.
Turns out I didn't need the lift for this, but I'm glad I have it still. Alright, we have a large hydrogen thruster, and we have a large atmo thruster. Since I have a hydrogen thruster, I'm seeing now that hydrogen tanks are probably going to be pretty important. Alright, well, that takes care of that. Oh wow, another storm's coming in. Alright, well, let's keep on trucking.
Now don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for everything we've been able to scrounge together out here. But at this point in time, what I'm really looking for is a place to call home. I suppose it's only really a matter of time. You know, as long as nothing bad happens.
No, 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 no! Oh, man. How did I not see that?
Recalculating.
Okay. Maybe if I slap a cockpit back here, I can use these wheels to drive it out. Okay, come on. Let's unlock and go. Come on, come on. Okay, now let's put the mag plate back. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, so I can't really turn, and I don't really have enough time. Let's just see if I can... Yes, okay, we're locked. Thank goodness. Okay, definitely not gonna make it down this side. Yeah, no way. But I might be able to make it down right here. Alright, let's do this. Oh, we're so close. Oh. That was not a good situation to be in. But we made it. The question is, what did we lose along the way? The 3 batteries up front, so we hit the front. Well, we'll have to find more batteries. That's not the same mountain that I went over earlier, is it? Oof. Let's just stop aiming for mountains.
By now you probably get the gist. We drive until we find another wreck, then we scrap what we can out of it, and to be completely honest with you, I didn't find anything too special from this helicopter. I just felt like I did some solid work with my drone cam on this one, and felt that should be something that's appreciated for a sec. Yeah, I'm a scavenger, but I'd also like to consider myself an artist.
Sir, would you like my assistance in prolonging the time of your self-indulgent montage?
That's alright, Blink. I think we've made our point, but I appreciate the help.
Maybe one day I'll have use for a helicopter, but today is not that day. Let's head on out. Ooh. I see something. Alright, let's see what we have here. I think that's a gun. Okay, how am I gonna get in there? Alright, I think I'm gonna try to come down on top of it. Alright, here goes nothing. Ha! Got it. Oh. Doesn't even seem like it's working. Oh, well, all that theatrics for nothing. Okay, so the good news is we just found a large cargo container. The bad news is this area doesn't have power.
But more specifically, it didn't have a way to generate power. I didn't know if I was going to stay here long term, but I also couldn't really turn my nose up to a large cargo container, and I didn't really have the means to take it with me either. I suppose for the time being, this place will have to do. After I connected up the battery, I started offloading the trailer. I threw down a rotor so I could make attachment points for my scrap. Getting the thrusters in place was admittedly a bit of a challenge. But once they were in place, everything else went on a bit easier.
Alright, so here's where we're at right now. I've unloaded the trailer, I've moved the cargo containers, replaced the battery, moved it from over there to be slotted in. I moved the small batteries down here so it's on the cab. I put the gyro inside so if we flip or anything it's protected. And probably should do something with the front. That being said, I realize that this is probably not the best move because it gets in the way of trying to drag heavy things, which defeats the purpose of its existence. So instead, I'm going to opt for a double hinge design to see if I can't have it hanging off to the side or be embedded in the center a little bit more and be out of the way.
I said double hinge, but I meant double rotor. I suppose they follow the same principle, so it doesn't really matter. The main point being that when they activate, they move inversely. Or in other words, while one rotates clockwise, the other rotates counterclockwise. This allows for the platform to remain level even while the lift is moving. Once I was happy with how the lift was operating, I decided to add a set of merge blocks to keep everything stable while I was driving. One other thing I'd like to toot my own horn about for a sec is how I set up the whole thing to work off of one button. It's a trick I learned from Engineered Coffee, a popular engineering magazine back where I'm from.
It is morning and we have accomplished the things that we set out to, so let's go find some metal grids.
Sir, our current material needs are as follows. Power generation for battery recharge, metal grids for repair of large containment unit, and additional storage receptacles for component transport.
I appreciate the update, Blink. It really helps to know what we're looking for so we don't waste time grabbing things that we don't need.
I want the car.
Sir.
I know, Blink. I know. Thanks for tuning in to Mine and Blink's broadcast. Hopefully you'll hear from us again. But until then, keep on scrapping.